Deep within Connecticut's Litchfield Hills, centuries-old white pines tower over a frigid New England landscape. This is Cathedral Pines Preserve, a majestic stand of old-growth forest where hikers can walk beside giants. But as we will quickly discover, winter keeps a close guard over this primeval place. We've just arrived at Cathedral Pines in West Cornwall, Connecticut. Now last week we had a pretty severe blizzard. So as you can see, the parking area is covered in 1 to 2 feet of snow right now. So to be able to park here at all, we're going to have to dig out some kind of parking lot. Now, we don't have any shovels. Luckily only about 20-30 feet in the trail, I was able to find big chunks of white pine that are part of the old-growth forest which fell down here back in 1989. So we're going to try to shovel this place out and hit the trails. If you can imagine, over 200 years ago, this would have been entirely clear-cut pasture land. But since it was abandoned, most likely in the late 1700s, Cathedral Pines has been growing on what remains. Now this place was originally purchased by a private owner in the late 1800s. And in the mid-1900s, that private owner decided to donate it to the Nature Conservancy and created the Cathedral Pines Preserve that we're at today.
It's wintertime here right now, and soon enough, in a couple months, springtime will arrive, bringing warmer temperatures and new life.
Although a winter hike through Cathedral Pines is a unique experience, a visit during warmer months allows an opportunity to familiarize oneself with resident wildlife. Take, for instance, this small amphibian. This is a juvenile red-spotted salamander. And although it can be found within the forest here, it would have started life as an aquatic larva in a distant pond or vernal pool. In this stage of its life, it's known as a red eft, but its bright coloration is only temporary. It will spend 1 to 3 years wandering on land in search of a new body of water, at which point it will finish its transformation into an aquatic adult salamander. Spending a few years developing as a terrestrial creature ensures that red-spotted salamanders are constantly expanding their range, as well as mixing their genetic diversity with other populations. Of course, observing wildlife at Cathedral Pines is only one of the unique opportunities offered at this preserve. Perhaps even more impressive are the white pines themselves. Although Connecticut contains over 3.5 million acres of land, of which some 60% is wooded, rough estimates place the total old-growth forest in the state to be somewhere in the range of 30 to 60 acres. Today, Cathedral Pines is home to roughly 8 of those acres. But as late as the 1980s, nearly all 42 acres of the hilly preserve was bristling with white pines of 200 to 300 years of age. In July of 1989, however, this ancient legacy would quickly come crashing down as a chain of tornadoes ripped across the preserve. 34 acres of centuries-old forest was leveled in a matter of minutes. In the aftermath, visitors to the preserve discovered 80% of the grand forest lying in a tangled heap on the ground. One man recalled seeing people weep at the sight of the devastation. In a rather controversial move, the Nature Conservancy made the decision to leave the majority of the forest exactly as it fell. This disaster, they believed, offered an opportunity to directly observe the ways in which a forest might naturally regenerate after such a devastating disturbance to the ecosystem. Small marker tags can still be found on some trees throughout the preserve, suggesting that monitoring continues to this day. The trail here traverses only that small section of the cathedral that was spared, and there's no doubt that some imposing denizens still stand proudly for all to see. But more than 20 years after much of the woodlands came crashing down, hikers at the preserve can still find massive tree trunks sprawled across the forest floor, collecting a jacket of moss as they are slowly reclaimed by the land. And so remains the cathedral, truly a land in transition.